Obviously, the first three games haven't gone to plan for you or the team. When you look back on your career, have there been some tough times of adversity like this for you before, and how have you gotten through them?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the start that we wanted as a team or individually, personally, but yeah, I mean, we faced adversity really in some shape, or form every year. Whether it's a slow start, whether it's injuries, or just different forms of adversity that you just learn from, you grow from, it makes you stronger, makes you better, and so it's no different right now. It's just all about on to the next. We're still technically only a half game out in our division. It's a long season, not how we wanted to start, but we're excited to get out there Sunday night and show what we can do and get this thing turned around.
Hey, Les Bowen and then Kristen Rogers.
Carson, how do you fix this personally with the quarterback position? How do you get back on track what you need to be?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I mean, there's no doubt about it, is just taking care of the football. I think it's, we make some plays as a whole offensively. We do some really good things. We move the ball, and then, just the turnovers are really killing us. And I got to be better with that. And I know that, and it's something that I've looked into. I've critiqued myself hard, and I got to be better and kind of set the example on that front. But we're really not far off offensively. We've done some good things. We've had some miscommunication things, some issues, the turnovers, obviously, and they're all correctable things and things we can get going in the right way, and I'm confident that we will.
Hey, Carson, we've talked to Doug a little bit about the communication that you two have, and also you with the rest of the quarterbacks room, and how maybe that can continue to develop. Sometimes if it feels like it's not working, there's different ways that you can phrase it, different ways you can summarize it. How have you seen those conversations kind of continue here into week 4, and are you finding something that works there?
Yeah, I mean, the communication with coach and really all the coaches has been really good all the way throughout. There's a lot of opinions and a lot of, really smart football minds, on the offensive side of the ball. And so how we can mesh everybody's thoughts and opinions together and everything. And obviously Coach Peterson really sets the tone and has the final say on things. It's been really good, and so I don't want to overthink it. I know coaches and everybody don't want to overanalyze anything because, like I said, we're not far off. We just got to protect the football and execute at a higher level, and I think we can do that.
Okay, Paul Domowitch and then Jeff McClain.
Hey, Carson. I was just curious how your relationship with Jalen Hurts has been developing over the course of the summer, and your thoughts on the way Doug is integrating him into the offense as a Wildcat quarterback and other roles.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good relationship. Obviously, this summer it was tough getting to know him or really any of the new guys just with all the protocols. And it still is to some extent just because you can't really get together with guys outside the building too much. There's a lot of different things going on. But it's been good. It's been good getting to know him and work together. And, it's cool to get him out there. I know it puts a lot of stress on the defense when we're both out on the field and creates some different views for the defense and kind of stresses them out, like I said. So it's been good and it's been effective for us.
Jeff McClain and then John McMullen.
Carson, after the game, you said you felt good about the first pass on the interception, but you wanted to look at the film again. I was wondering what your assessment was of that read and decision after seeing it on film.
Yeah, it was going to be a tight one. Obviously, that's the play, and the ball was meant to go over the middle, and the guy squeezes. So I got to be smart. Not sure what would have happened had it not been tipped, but that's one to learn from and move past.
John McMullen and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Carson. Earlier in the week, Monday, I think Doug mentioned maybe tempo could be the answer to get the offense back on track. What is it about speeding things up that kind of makes things easier for you and the offense as a whole?
Yeah, I think for one, it tires out the defense. I think we feel good about our level of conditioning and our level of communication at the line and how we can kind of see things and, sometimes go really fast, sometimes slow it down, but just see it and get into the right play. And we have a lot of smart guys on offense, so I think that helps. And, it kind of just simplifies both sides of the ball so we can just go out and play and read and react. And, we've done a good job of that. I think the O-line definitely fuels off that because a tired D-line, I'd take my O-line, every day of the week, leaning on those guys in the run game and the play action and all those things. So, I don't think it's our identity, but it's a good change-up and it definitely helps us out in certain times.
Okay, Zach Berman, then Tim McManus.
Hey, Carson, without yet knowing the status of Alshon and Deshaun, you are going to be undermanned this week without Dallas and Jalen. In some ways, it's similar to what you had at the end of last year. What was clicking last December, and can that be a resource for you now?
Without a doubt, it can be a resource. I think it's something to look back on and just say, how did I get on the same page with some of these guys, even though it was a short week or short amount of time, and building that chemistry quickly. And so that's really the story of the season, just because of no OTAs and all of that. But now even more so here going into week 4. So some things that I learned, and just how to play fast and not try and do too much, and just let the playmakers do their job. And I think it's a good week for that, and guys will be ready to go.
Tim McManus and then Ed Kratz.
Carson, what have you done this week to help get yourself in a good place? Do you go back and look at old film or anything like that? Any of those types of exercises to help get your mind right?
Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's just sit down with coaches and just talk about kind of what's going on and everything. For me, it's just trust myself and not try and overthink or do too much, and just the turnovers has never been a huge the interceptions has never been a huge storyline in my career, so I don't want to overanalyze that either. I want to not shy away from letting it rip and playing fast. And so sometimes it's just going back and talking to myself in that way, and just continuing to be myself and not overdoing things.
Ed Kratz and then Ruben Frank.
Hey, Carson, you don't have Dallas. How do you think that will impact the usage of the 12 personnel packages this team likes to use? With Richard Rodgers now and Jason Kroom on the practice squad, and Hakeem Butler. How do you think that will impact this offense?
Yeah, obviously losing a guy like Dallas definitely impacts the offense and what he does in really the run game, the throwing game, and then the blocking game. He does a little bit of everything for us, so it definitely impacts those things. But a guy like Richard Rodgers has been here before. He's been around, and he's a smart veteran, understands the game. So we feel confident that we can put him in, and he'll get the job done and be effective. And so. Not just Dallas, but we're short kind of at receiver too and different things. So we just got to be smart and put guys in the best situations to succeed, and coaches are doing a really good job of that so far.
Okay, Ruben Frank and then E.J. Smith.
Hey, Carson, I wonder what you're seeing in film review of just mechanics, footwork, arm angle, all those kind of mechanical things. Are you picking up any things that you can work on there?
Yeah, I think I've touched on it before, but I think, every game there's little things here and there, from, whether it be one play or 3 or 4 or something. And that's every game that I've ever played in. You go back and you watch and you critique and you say, okay, I could have done this with my feet here. I could have moved here. I could have done this with my eyes better. There's always something from a game. And so it's learning from those. It's coming out and correcting them early in the week so I can move on and be better from it.
Okay, E.J. Smith and then Martin Frank.
Rube actually took my question, so piggybacking on that, what did you see from the Cincinnati game, from the mechanical side? And with all the talk about accuracy, how much is the chemistry with some of these receivers playing into that?
Yeah, as far as the mechanics and everything, I don't want to over analyze any of it. I thought there were some little things with footwork here and there, and some of it's just it's timing, it's chemistry. There's other things involved, and some of it's just me. I got to be better. I got to be cleaner with everything. And so, we're still growing and trying to mesh as an offense, and with receivers and everything. And by no means is that an excuse, but there's levels to it that we got to keep working through and getting on the same page.
Okay, Martin Frank and then Rob Motti.
Hey, Carson. You mentioned earlier, about having like the guys injured and stuff at wide receiver. One of the guys, obviously last year that you relied on was Greg Ward, and it seemed like you went right to him again on Sunday. What do you see in him as a receiver? It seemed like Sunday you hit him for the long touchdown. He can play inside and outside. Is that kind of what you're seeing right now?
Yeah, Greg is doing a great job. Ever since Greg's been here, he's done a great job. And obviously last year when he was asked to step up late in the season, he did an unbelievable job. And so he's a guy that I have a lot of trust with, a lot of confidence in, and he gets it. We've talked about before, but just how he was a quarterback in college. He sees the game differently. He plays fast. He understands it. And he does a great job, man and zone coverage, just, knowing where to be and on what timing. And, I can't say enough good things about how hard he's worked and how he's doing right now.
Okay, we have time for 2 more, so let's wrap it up with Rob Motti and then Bo Wolf.
Hey, Carson, a popular thing to say or a common criticism is Carson needs to get rid of the ball faster. He can't hold on to it. But when you're able to run for 65 yards, when you're able to get a touchdown because you extended the play and didn't throw it away, how difficult is it to balance your competitive nature, knowing that you have that ability to run versus sometimes throwing it away?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough balance. And sometimes it's knowing the down and distance. Sometimes it's knowing, hey, it's third down. Feel free to be aggressive, and try and make the play. And sometimes it's just knowing it's 1st and 10, live to fight another down. And so there's situations within everything. It's knowing the play call. It's knowing the down and distance. It's knowing where you're at on the field. If you're in the low red zone, high red zone, all of those things. And so there's always things to think about, but at some point it comes down to instincts and playing fast and making plays. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Go ahead, Bo.
Carson, going back to the things that did work at the end of last season, one of those things was the screen game. What's your explanation for why that part of the offense has struggled so far?
Yeah, it's a culmination of things. It's a lot of credit to the defenses we've played, and knowing that's a big part of what we do and how they've taken it away. And some of it we just got to keep repping, keep working on, and getting them honed in against all the different looks. And it seems like such a simple aspect of just throwing a screen, but there's so much timing and precision that goes into those and how they hit just right. So I'm confident that we'll get it going right, and hopefully this week will be a good one for it.